talking about creating a more expansive curriculums, let's say, to meet our economic needs. Does a city or a state need to make a concerted effort to focus in going in a direction? You're talking about we've got 20% of people are working in the healthcare field, whether they're in a senior living situation or a hospital or a clinic. I mean, do states do that and kind of focus themselves on manufacturing or on healthcare or on finance? And then do you gear your curriculum in your schools and your training towards those types, or is that very narrow-minded and you need to have a broader, but then I'm not sure if you can train people in real broad multi-disciplines, and if you don't have the jobs there, they will maybe assume those skills and then move on. That's just an open-ended question. It's an uninformed question on my part, but I just don't know as a state or as communities, is it wise to do that? And if so, I guess it's a little easier to focus your curriculums on those types of jobs.
You know, it's interesting that you raised that, because I was wondering, why shouldn't we as government give incentives, which everybody wants, for every deal that we all do? Why shouldn't we begin to think about tilting them towards sustainability?
I mean, the government has that influence.
It not only has that influence, it has the ability, if it wants, if it chooses to do so, to do that. And again, maybe we're going to the solution thing, but you know, we have some fiber in the ground, fiber optics, and the fiber to the home things. I don't know if it's Bettendorf's goal, it's my goal for Bettendorf. If we can do that, and we've also targeted those businesses that use that ability to do it. And so we are trying to target the attraction of those types of jobs, healthcare,
information technology.
All of those that push or receive data, could be credit cards, could be anything, but those would then give the ability to travel less, be more sustainable. And I'm going to switch paths here, and I'm way off on a new tangent, but it also seems to me that maybe we should begin thinking about our zoning ordinances and how we plan our communities. As you know, we are putting in bike paths, and those are all fun and cute. You know, are they functional? One wonders about that. But, you know, are we going to begin to finally say, you know, the single-family dwellings is, you know, we always want to get bigger, bigger, bigger. Maybe we ought to be thinking about changing those sort of laws as well. We do fall all over ourselves, though, for like firms like Greystone Plastics in our industrial park, who does take Roundup bumpers and milk jugs, and we did give them incentives to move. And specifically, we tailored our program to give them what they needed. It wasn't because we said, this is a great company to have around for sustainability, but we all knew what we were doing when we did it.
Yeah.
But it's, I think the point of this planning process is to make that a more conscious decision that this is our end goal, here's the framework, and we are looking for companies that will sustain the economy through recycling, through some of the technologies. You know,
You know, we hear of an opportunity to, you know, get some kind of a manufacturing operation in the community. We know the jobs aren't gonna last. We know eventually they'll be outsourced. We know they'll damage the environment while they're here, but we get excited because of the lure of some jobs now, rather than focusing like Dubuque did on IBM or you know, Google, or a company that whose impact on the environment is very, very limited. A company who is not looking for cheap labor. They're looking for good labor. That's, you know, I don't know that we've, and in fairness, we only recently got our, you know, our chambers coordinated, and that's where we need to be focused in terms of our economic development, on the long-term jobs that will have a positive impact on the economy and the environment, without picking between the two.
You know, we fall all over ourselves to the passenger rail deal, which would be a good thing, we think. But I'm not picking on you, and I'm not asking for your comment either, but, you know, when the barge thing for expanding the locks idea came up, and protests began, and, you know, would we be doing a good thing, I think, for at least exploring the potential of increasing the barge traffic on the river. There is this balance of the environmental thing then, but it to me seems to be as good a potential as the passenger rail. It's something that we've never really taken as a group to Washington to say we're going to do something about.
Which I guess, on that note, we did just submit a HUD sustainability grant to look at revisit the intermodal study that was done a few years ago, and look at what kinds of commodities might we look at and focus on here in this area.
I'd like to pull a couple of things together. I've heard that, and I hope the Bi-State Regional Transportation Committee is looking at this, but I don't want to see us become Chicago, but we grow, we attract people, and we have traffic jams every once in a while that are fairly minuscule compared to anything in Chicago or St. Louis. But our solutions to them are, let's build bigger bridges. Let's put more another lane in the road. When I'd like to see us start now thinking about high occupancy lanes and preferential treatment for buses, and you know, whatever else you can do. I mean, I was really ashamed at the people of bashing the barges going through the government bridge when nobody came up with satellite parking locations and started some buses going over with preferential treatment to get over there and take you right to your front door. Now you wouldn't even have to walk in your parking lot anymore. Take you right to your office. You know, it's a short-term situation, but that type of initiative is what we need to be ready to take on any of these problems. It can happen with, I came out yesterday morning onto State Street 67 by Alcoa for the first time, because Belmont Road has been one way or the other way. And I ran into the whole Scott Community campus trying to get into that new entrance over there. Like, whoa, that's where all those people are now. But I didn't see a bus in line anywhere.
I agree with Larry's point, but I would like to say that I think to remain sustainable, we're going to have to grow the community, the population of the community. We've remained essentially static now for way long, except we're just getting longer in the tooth. We're not, you know, the older people stay and keep getting older, and the younger people keep leaving, which brings our average age up and up and up and up. That's not a sustainable.
And then you don't have as many kids in your school because those of us who are long in the tooth aren't having little children.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. No, I'm thinking, I wanted to make that point earlier.
Mhm.
I just think it's a huge point. You know, we're friendly to families. We're not friendly to young adults. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially that one place where I
But you were the bean
I'm not
burger.
saying.
That's a good point.
And it seems to, you know, it's a viable goal. All the residential development in downtown Davenport, and I don't know how many units we've added, but they rent immediately. Downtown Davenport is now the fastest growing residential neighborhood in the city. I think that's amazing. You know, every time they open up another group building and turn it into studio or whatever,